The great thing about Continuum is that it brings all of the fellows together. So the San Francisco chapter has been naming fellows every year for about 15 years. And I think a lot of them will be here tonight. And it's always kind of like a reunion.
Wonderful to be here at Continuum. It's always an honor to be around all these other celebrities from our community and to meet the new people in our community. And having been a gal all my life, I love being a fellow, and I plan to be a fellow for the rest of my life.
I'm very happy to be an AIGA San Francisco fellow. And I think once you're a fellow for life.
To be a 2015 fellow, it kind of means that for someone like myself who has been around a while, it's kind of time to step up, and there's a lot more that I can actually do to help the chapter. And that's something I'm really looking forward to doing.
It actually feels thrilling. It was a total surprise. It's a great honor.
Well, I was completely caught off guard, but I'm very honored to be here.
Winning the 2014 scholarship was a really big deal for me. I just graduated, and you feel like you have all this momentum. And I think it's a really important thing for students to have that recognition and that connection to community right away after you graduate is really a powerful thing.
It's such an honor and privilege to be recognized by the AIGA San Francisco community. It blows my mind that people actually recognize me for my work all these years, and that's just such a great honor.
The design community in San Francisco is special because of the city itself. It's a city to identify yourself in.
As a native San Franciscan, I think that the reason the design community here is so special is because people are phenomenally grateful to live here.
I moved here in 1979, and one of the things that attracted me was that it was such a creative city. Maybe it's the geography, maybe there's history, but a lot of it is the people.
San Francisco has an unbeatable mixture of great talent, great weather, great culture. That just makes for a kind of place that everybody wants to come to and partake in.
I think San Francisco's design community is such an eclectic mix. You know, you've got like the big tech, there's all this craft going on, and the introduction of technology too. I think it's a really beautiful combination.
Really, it's full of authentic, wonderful people who support one another. We may compete against each other, but at the end of the day, we all want everybody to be successful. And so, bravo, San Francisco.
I would say that the most exciting project I'm currently working on is for a nonprofit that does international humanitarian aid called Heart to Heart.
So what I do when I'm not designing is that I do try and travel as much as possible. But when you travel, you get to see how other people live, how other people work, the things they buy, the things they enjoy, and it really informs what you bring to the table as a designer as well.
When I'm not designing, I'm designing. I think designers are born with the sense of that just never really leaves them.
I think one of the ways I stay inspired is just being around AIGASF. It has a very young crowd, something I find very stimulating, and I can learn so much from them. And hopefully through my years of experience, I can give back a little to them as well, especially as a fellow.
I would say that I stay inspired by the people that I work with, designers and non-designers alike.
I stay inspired by mostly nature. San Francisco is a great place because anywhere you go, it's beautiful. I like to drive outside of the city a lot. I do a lot of crafts, and staying connected with the things that got me interested in design that aren't necessarily design related is something that keeps me going all the time.
Inspiration comes from all sorts of things. One thing you can do is walk out on the street and be inspired. I could walk into a magazine store, museums, people. I love the way to watch how people dress. And I think if you're not inspired as a designer, I don't really think you're in the right business.
My favorite color is orange, there's no question. I think it is the happiest color.
My favorite color is warm gray. I don't know why, it's muted, but it's still warm.
My favorite color is black.
My favorite color is 485 red.